How's it going, guys? My name is Kyler and welcome back to COD Week. So today I'm going to be talking about the original Black Ops, and I think I'm going to break it up just like I was breaking up the last few Call of Duties that we were talking about. So we had ourselves maps, we had ourselves weapons, we had kill streaks for, I guess, MW2. Really, there wasn't much in World at War or COD 4. And then if we have time, I'll just go into other things that, a little bit off topic that just kind of have to do with their own subject. So we'll start with maps. I feel like the maps were just a little too weak in this Call of Duty compared to the previous ones leading up to this. So take a map like Terminal. So that map was from MW2, and I felt like I was actually inside of a war zone, that I was placed there. Like I was a troop that like I was a soldier that was basically placed on the battlefield, and the battle just happened to be going on a runway and like partly inside of an airport. In this game right here, I feel like they were more so just sets, like maps that were made just to kind of, almost like a paintball field, if that kind of feeling when it doesn't feel real. It's more so like there just to be there. So it kind of felt a little, I don't know, cheesy at some points with some of these maps. But what I will say is they did something really awesome that I wish they would have kept going with. So Radiation, which was probably, I'd say, it's up there for one of my favorite maps of this game. Jungle was another good one. But Radiation had that button on like either side of the map where you could press that thing down, and then like the door that would be on top of the roof or something like that, it would basically close or open back up. And if you were playing, say, Search, say, Demolition, Domination, basically all those objective game modes that involved you being underneath the ground right next to where that door would close, it would actually mix up the map and actually make teams, rather than having to just jump down and spam nades and everything, you could either go down the two ladders, you could go through the two hallways. It changed up the map a little bit. Now, I didn't change it up to where it felt like a brand new map, but it kind of, say you have B and then you go to close the doors. It's going to make it harder for them to get it than what it would have been if you didn't have the doors closed. So it kind of mixes it up. So I really like that map a lot, and I wish they would have continued that with a few of the other maps. I think, I can't honestly remember what one of the DLC maps was, but I believe you can close like a garage door on it. I didn't play much of the DLC maps just because where I lived at the time didn't really have a lot of people playing this game, so I averaged like a 1 bar. So even though I bought the DLCs, I honestly didn't get to use them that much. But, it's a little bit sad. Maybe I'll go back one of these days. But let's get on to our next thing that we have here. We have weapons. So honestly, I feel like the weapons were pretty bland in this game. They felt like, I don't know, have you ever played like any iOS game that's, just kind of trying to copy, say, a modern shooter, and you have all those standard weapons that it's like, oh, the AK, oh, the M4. It felt really cheesy, even though, like, I guess MW2 did it, but it just felt like it was its own thing. Like that AK right there I was using, I love the sights on it, but it also just looks like any other AK from basically every modern shooter nowadays. It doesn't look special. It doesn't feel different. It just kind of, I don't know. Like I said, it feels bland. I did like the Commando. I like the G11, was it? I honestly can't remember. It was like that futuristic looking gun that was like a 3-burst or a 4-burst that had like, I don't even know, like a pencil or something for like an ammo magazine. It was actually kind of cool how they had that. And I feel like that should have been more so in, I don't know, Black Ops 2 where it's futuristic rather than this where we're inside like the Cold War and everything. But it was still kind of cool to use around, and pretty OP weapon too. And look at that nade right there, just out of nowhere. I get distracted by these gameplays so much sometimes. Even though it's not an amazing gameplay, I still, like I said, I don't like going for high gameplays. I just like, I don't know, having fun, whatever, running into buildings with 5 people, seeing how many you can take out, not expecting to actually live, just, if I can get 2 out of the 5 people, I'm like, oh yeah, but they're pretty good there. But let's get on to like the perks and stuff like that. So the perks, they were a little bit original there. They did have some of them that were still kind of copy and paste. You had Ghost, which was honestly the same thing as Cold-Blooded. You had, I'm trying to think of the few ones here because I honestly didn't play much of this game, so I'm trying to think. I think I was only like 7th, 8th Prestige. Oh man, what was it? Hardline. Hardline's a really good one. You actually just saw that one right there. You can double tap. I like that feature so much. I can't remember if they actually added that into MW3 after that, but that was actually a really cool feature that they took. Rather than having it just be, what was Hardline Pro? Because I believe Hardline Pro before that was, it was something like you get your death streaks with one less death or something like that. I'm like, who wants that? I want to have the ability to be able to change my care package. And, you know, if I get a, let's say, UAV and I could change it for like a chopper gunner. It's kind of cool. And speaking of chopper gunners, let's talk about the kill streaks now. So I felt like the kill streaks, they weren't anything special. And there's a chopper gunner too. And they weren't anything special, but I felt like they did a really good job at balancing them. And just the way that I never felt like I was being spawn trapped by, say, an AC-130, and it was just raining down over and over and over. Like you see right there, I just spawned close to a building. I was able to walk in, didn't get shot. If I go outside, you know, maybe I'll get shot, but that's kind of how it works. And it felt like it was a whole lot better, I don't know, balanced out, I guess, like I said. And you had things like, I'm trying to think, the it was one of those Valkyrie rockets. That's what it was. I don't know what I was going to say, like SMR rocket or something like that. But Valkyrie rockets, that was a cool thing to add. It was almost like a over-the-shoulder Predator missile. It was really cool that you could just fly that thing around the map. I would actually just try to do, like, tricks with it, like loop-de-loops every now and then, and just see how it actually works out for me. And I don't know. Like I said, I feel like they also incorporated the RC car, so they had a lot of cool ones. They just didn't seem stellar. They didn't seem, you know, they were nowhere where the nuke was. They didn't have that special kill streak that kind of set the kill streak above, and I don't know, it was like a marketing thing. Like, hey, you can end the game. It was more so just like, boom, that's it. You know, you get kill streaks, but it's not like you're gonna make a series out of it where you're going road to chopper gunner or something, unless, you know, you can't get a 9 kill streak, which I should probably do that because I'm awful at getting kill streaks. But like I said, they weren't anything special, but they were still pretty fun to play with. And I know it's a little bit off topic from multiplayer, but I just want to dip into this real quick as the commentary comes to the end. You'll see this game right here actually gets really close towards the end, so I hope you guys enjoy this intense match here. So, combat training. I don't know why, but that was what I played. I was like probably one of the only 15th prestiges in combat training. There was some glitch like when the game came out, like the first month or two, where you were able to do something with theater, and it didn't hurt anyone. It wasn't like I was flying around with God mode. It was just me playing a bunch of, like, against a bunch of AI, so it was just fine. But, you know, just going to 15th, because I was like, where I live, I just get 1 bars. I'm like, I don't feel like going into a match and just getting bullet sponge after bullet sponge. So I'm like, all right, just gonna play against a bunch of AIs where I actually get to play, you know, with a 4 bar on my connection. It was really fun. So I felt like combat training was one of the coolest things they added to this game. And then of course they have zombies, but that's not really part of multiplayer, so it's not really the subject that, you know, talk about in this video. But as this video is coming to an end, you are gonna see we get right down to the wire, and I'm not gonna spoil it, but it was actually, you know, a really close game. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, please leave a like down below. There will be a episode for MW3 up tomorrow at 3 p.m. PST, just like all the time. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Spy plane ready for deployment. Our spy plane's in the air. We've taken the lead. We've lost the lead. We didn't come here to fail. Bring